What's up, YouTube? So yes, it's Matt here. You recognize me. I haven't put something up in quite a while. And I figure why not do this now, because got nothing else better to do. I got this whole weekend off. I usually work maybe 4 hours a day, but I got the weekend off, so I don't know what I'm going to do. But I was doing some searching, and as you can see that big pile of papers there, and I found this story here. Something that I wrote maybe in 4th grade, I don't know, but my writing's terrible, as you can see. Like, it's all mashed together. It's called Aliens and Predators, rated R. I gave it a movie rating. I remember reading this to my parents, and I figured, why not read it to the public? And I wanted to share my skills. I'll be sure to speak clearly, and hope you guys can understand, and I hope you guys enjoy. Aliens and Predators. Flying an AMM space freighter far out in the galaxy, Jack, Jim, Tom, Joe, and Sam were flying the fastest spacecraft ever to a planet called Gromas. It is a planet bigger than Jupiter. They then landed safely on the planet. They saw a cave. Joe heard a squeak, then a strange creature jumped out of the cave. Joe walked forward to pet it, but the creature grabbed Joe's pant leg and dragged him into the cave. "Joe!" cried Tim. But the only answer was Joe's legs being thrown out of the cave. The rest of the team set the camp up. First, they ate, then they fell asleep. The next day, they ate some breakfast, then went out to do some hunting. They didn't kill anything, but as they were heading back, they heard a roar. It was coming from underground. The men searched for the cave. Then they found a giant hole in the ground. They looked inside and jumped in. They followed the dark caverns. Jack said, "Jim, go ahead of the group." Jim agreed. They then found a giant area filled with those little creatures that they ran into earlier. There was also a dark hole in the back. There was a low growl, and then an enormous bug-like creature rose into the area, and it was being carried by giant cockroaches. Jack said, "Okay, here's a plan. I hope it works. Tom, you and Sam will run out there and destroy the small creatures. Me and Jim will use the 2 grenades that we both have." "Alright, let's lock and load." Everybody loaded their dual 50 M175s, can't believe I wrote that, and ran out into the area. Tom and Sam started shooting like crazy. The little creatures jumped on Sam and were tearing him apart. Tom started shooting again. As Jim and Jack were rushing to the bug-like creature, Jim cried, "Hey Jack, you are an awesome leader." Jack nodded. Jim and Jack took cover behind a rock. Jack yelled, "Cover me!" Jim started shooting, and Jack started setting the bombs. Jack then started building a giant bomb that would blow up the whole planet. Jack put the grenades under the big bug. "Run! Run!" shouted Jack. Tom, Jack, and Jim took cover. Then the grenades blew up the giant bug. Slime flew everywhere. Jack threw the big bomb at the center of the room. An alien jumped on Jack and tore off his leg. Jim and Tom ran without Jack. Jim ran back to Jack, who was shooting all the aliens. "Jack, we can't leave you," called Jim. Tim. "Get away, Jim. Leave me," Jack said. Jim understood and ran after Tom. They quickly got in the ship and blasted off. They were miles away when the planet blew up in an enormous ball of fire. "I always felt as a brother to you, Jack," said Jim. Then a smile grew on his face, because he knew that he was going home. The end. Wow. So not only was I very detailed, but I was very graphic as a child. I wonder where that came from. I don't know who to thank for it, but yeah, I can't believe I found this. There's definitely probably a lot more stories in there, but this is probably maybe the first one I ever wrote. It was in elementary school, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I know I did. That's nostalgia for you there. Well, thanks for watching, and you guys have a good day. Stay gold.